Hello everyone, Angelino over here, and today we are back to last Epoch. Once again, another league, another Lethal Mirage build incoming. For now, we are still leveling with the new skill called Shadow Rend, and sometimes also with Lethal Mirage. I'm going to be explaining very fast how we went through the campaign and other things, how to level the skills while you are leveling, and this will stop as you enter monoliths. Why? Because as you enter monoliths, you want to change some things that I'm also going to explain. I still haven't even made the change for myself. I just entered empowered monoliths, and there are some items that we do want to get and some stats that we also want to get up. I don't even have my resistances capped or have a decent life. So without further ado, let's go into the build itself. You can see some gameplay over there. We are using, as you might expect, different skills to get bonuses and as many shadows as possible. Now we are a Bladedancer, as you might expect. Eventually we will go to the Black Blade of Chaos for Lethal Mirage, but for Shadow Rend I expect that you kind of want to go a different way. I may try and do a cool build with the nuke that you can get from Shadow Rend 2, but I don't even have coated blades for now and anything. So let's get into the skills first. We are going to be using Shadow Rend, Lethal Mirage, Synchronized Strike, Shift, and a Smoke Bomb. It is very likely that in the future I change Shadow Rend to Blade Storm to apply ailments and other things. But while I still don't have the Blade of Chaos, Shadow Rend is very good on clearing. Of course, my damage is not super high, so the clear itself needs the full combo, a full flow combo to clear mobs quite well. Also, mainly because I haven't gone full on damage of shadows, because as you know, Shadow Rend attacks and then it leaves one shadow. Now, while you level, you want to get your first points on Shadow Rend, and you go Breaking Force and then Hidden Blades and Ghost Blades. If you have enough mana and can spam quite a bit, you can also get the Shadow Sequence. So what you do is you would spam Shadow Rend a lot of the time, and as you get more attack speed, you will get some extra shadows, and then you will use shift, and shift counting as a traversal skill will shoot all of your ghost blades, doing a lot of shadow daggers damage. While you are in the campaign, shadow daggers is going to be your main avenue of damage. It's super strong and also synergizes very well with having two krises. Well, you can get a kris, try to get flat anything. Now corruption even can get you flat sometimes on other things. You can see here that we have here flat physical and things like that. You can even corrupt it. Try to get as much flat as possible, and multiplier eventually, because shadow daggers always crits. Now ignore my gear because it's all super random. You do want to get the set if you can. The helmet is super good defensively. The chest gets you some extra shadows and some cool things, and the dice also lets you get some extra critical and things. We don't really care that much about crit because, as you know, we shift, we have the auto crit. But for now, that is my gear. Just also ignore my ultimate sprite. I still don't have coated blades, but I will change it very fast because remember the mechanic of merchant tokens. We can actually use these merchant tokens and our favor to get a lot of the items that we want from the merchants guild. And if you are cough, what you can do is you can try to find daggers first of all, because until you get the Black Blade of Chaos you are going to be using fulgurate shards with 1 LP, and then you will slam flat lining those. Try to get the set, break them for shards, etc, etc. But as you know, my builds are mostly centered into Merchant's Guild. And what you will want to do is you want to cap your resistances as soon as possible, get some life, armor if possible. You will get a lot of dodge chance from the dodge routes. And then I'm going to go super fast into the skills. Right now, as you can see, I'm level 19 and I have plus 3 because 2 from my neck and 1 from the chest. But even without those, there is nothing crazy. As before, while you're in the campaign, you level this first. But while you get further into the campaign and into doing the combo with Lethal Mirage, you will want to go into the more damage situation. And you can do the full combo with Lethal Mirage is Shadow Rend, Smoke Screen, Synchronized Strike, Shift, Lethal Mirage. As you can see here, with those you will get the full power of your 4 flow combo. Let me repeat again. As you know, Lethal Mirage has the points to get 2 extra additional mirages and also damage per extra shadow. The points that we will get will be, first we will get this point, then our mirages, then we will go and get Umbral Fist. Why Umbral Fist? Because getting these points is quite longer. And Shadow Eater is very cool. After getting Umbral Fist, we get the other 2 mirages, then we get the extra damage when the target is bleeding. This is one of the reasons that will go Bladestorm in the end. Then we get penetration, and when we are ready to change to Black Blade of Chaos or we have 2 Fulgurite shards, we go to Shocking Grasp. This will make the base damage of the skill go into lightning, get a lot of lightning penetration, and also work better with our Fulgurite shards. I could actually go instantly into it, but I'm not going yet because I still want to get some other things. Now for Synchronized Strike, you will go first into Dark Allies. After getting Dark Allies, you will get the mana efficiency, and then get the kill threshold, and finally get Crimson Shroud. You'll have some points extra. Right now I'm putting them on foreshadowing to get extra damage on my shadow rends. But you can also put them if you want on more attack speed or some armor shed, or maybe even get some area. Why do I want to get Crimson Storm? Because remember, the Bladestorm that will be on the ground will be our only way to apply this Blitz that we will need for the 60% more damage on the Mirage. So that's something for the future. Now, Shift. The first thing you will do in Shift is try to get the always crit with next non-channeled skill. Actually, Shift Assist is going to be your 3rd or 4th mastery skill. You can just ignore it quite a bit. You use it for mobility for a while. And then eventually you will get this one, and then get the extra shadow, and then the damage. You get 20% more damage, and then 30% more damage. Lastly, you will get some extra mana on use. And dexterity also gives it mana efficiency, so you will get a lot of dexterity because you also want to stack the Blade of Chaos, and this is never bad. Now, of course, being invulnerable while shifting is also cool, but we don't really get a lot of extra levels on it. Now, lastly, we have a Smoke Bomb. It's going to be very strong, mainly because in the in endgame it gives us a Silver Shroud, that is very cool. It also gives us a lot of melee damage. You can see 20 per stack, and it can stack quite a bit as you get most duration and cooldown reduction. You can see this is 4 stacks that we can get. When we get more duration, it will get up to 5 maybe. Also, we get shadows. From 1 cast of a smoke bomb, you can see that we can get up to those 4 shadows. It's not bad. Another thing to note about is remember to get the Champion's Mirage mod. You get +1 maximum shadow. That will affect your hidden strength on the Shadow Rend, and also the Shadow Eater with Umbral Fist on the Lethal Mirage. And that's kind of everything that you might need to know. You can check the stream and other things. And I also have a last fast clip, let's say, and also a little bit of a video, because do remember that we like to do some okay, things. Guys. I'm going to let it go into it. Plop. Have this one. fast Liath. Going to be very, very fast. This is of course in the campaign. This is the combo as you said. Blah, 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 dead. And now, as you might remember, we do have also the Liath one that we put, and you couldn't really see it. But let's go into the one for Mayas. Let me get the camera off so I don't bother people. And let's go into it. It's another league, another Majasa. Another league, another Majas. Boss, but I always like to kind of make this one as like as a cool way to get the combo going. This is your doom. So I actually didn't remember that you could just kill her after this. I was just hitting the crystals. And she's dead. We did it, boys. As you can see, it has a ton of damage. For the campaign, is plenty to go into it. Now, lastly, let's say the rogue points. This is what you will have, but you will change them as you get the Black Blade of Chaos. Of course, you don't need Twin Blades. You change the points from Swift Assassin to Steady Hand. Get also Lethal Cadence. And we'll get some points in Coated Blades a little bit later, but this is also your tree that you will want. I don't think I'm going to get many more points into the tree itself, apart from 1 point in maybe as bonds. I also have only 4 points in perfection, because the full combo is only 8 stacks, so we don't really need those. While I was leveling, I did get 5 points in once to get extra Shadow Daggers damage, but you can take them off afterwards. Now, remember, flow has changed. You only need 3 points to unlock the super more damage, consuming flow. Rhythm, you do want all of the points possible to get increased damage and multiplier. We don't really play 5 flow, because remember, we use shift to get our auto crit. We don't really do anything with dual wielding. We don't really care also about leech. Apostasy might be a thing that we go in the future, but not right now. We want to have dodge and dust shrouds, giving off glancing blow and dodge. We are not a bleed build, so we don't really care about any of these. Getting some damage, some health per shadow is actually not that bad, but I don't really care about that. Here we go for the move speed, because remember, with the agility we get increased damage per move speed. And that is it for now. I will update the build as I get more gear. I get my Blade of Chaos, I get my slams. If you want to know more or less which slams they are not going to change much from the one that we did on season 2, the one with the spider people. On season 3 I really didn't play as much, but now we're going to try and upgrade everything, and I will see you on the next video.